fine? This is Anna here to do another boxing analysis. This analysis is between Demetrius Andrade versus Vanis Martirosyan. One of the best matchups I've seen this year in boxing. You have the Cape Verdean versus the Armenian. Great matchup for the first fight of the triple header tonight on HBO. Gotta give HBO their credit. Vanis Martirosyan. What to say about him? Very accomplished boxer in the amateurs and in pro. He was undefeated and was 30-0 at one point before he faced Andrade Lara and got beaten decisively with just activity and great timing and cutting off the ring with footwork, in and out boxing style of the Cuban Lara. Okay, he faced another very slick former Olympian in 2008, Demetrius Andrade. I haven't really been talking about him because, you haven't heard much noise about him, but the guy is from Rhode Island. Like I say, he's from Cape, Verdean descent. And Andrade is something special, man. He's 6'2", got like a build almost like Paul, no, not a Paul Wins, more like a Chad Dawson type of build. Wide shoulders, long limbs, very long arms. This lanky, man, but he got muscle, lanky with muscle. And he can make 154, which is very hard to do. I'm 6 foot, and for me to make 154 is very hard, So for him to do it, that's impressive on elite level. Vanis is an elite boxer, but he made him look pretty bad tonight in spots because Vanis was getting beat to the punch by Demetrius Andrade with the jab. The jab was controlling the fight all night long. Vanis is about 5'11" or 6 foot himself, very long limbs, skinny guy, but he has one hell of a punch. Had on puncher's gloves tonight. Again, I'm gonna bring that up. A lot of people don't bring that up in their analysis. I think it's very void point to bring up the gloves. Let me break it down. Reyes, no matter what, is a puncher's glove. Winning, puncher's glove. Grant, they can switch back and forth and make it more of a boxing 8-ounce glove, but majority of the time that's a puncher's glove too. Even if it's a 10-ounce, it's a puncher's glove. It's made to mold to your hand when you make a fist, and when you make a fist and you have power, it maximizes it, in my opinion, to the full potential of your punch and your power. The Everlast, the Mexican style Everlast glove was worn by Vanis. The more American style Everlast glove, for people who like to use a lot of defense and block more, it's like more thicker padding around the knuckles, is the gloves that Demetrius Andrade was using. He was blocking very effectively. I was looking at every single round in the corner. Demetrius Andrade did not have a scratch on him, and Vanis said he was gonna knock him. I even hit him with a straight right hand at the weigh-ins, man. So it was some heated rivalry, heated blood, blood boiling right there. Back to the fight on hand though. Demetrius Andrade got knocked down with a thunderous jab by Vanis Martirosyan. Vanis Martirosyan is a tough Armenian guy who can box, who can fight, jump in and out. And he caught him. I guess Demetrius was jumping in, kinda trying to throw, I believe, a straight left hand. Vanis caught him, coming in with the hard jab, very hard jab. The jab was deadly. Dropped him. Demetrius Andrade got back up, started shaking off his cobwebs, and got back to work. I believe, like I said, I think it was in the first round, second round, one of them. And he got back to work with the jab. Used a left uppercut in the middle rounds, popping up Vanis' head with that. Start walking Vanis down a little bit, and this corner kept saying, "Come on, Vanis," giving him good instructions. Come forward, use a jab, move your head. Come on, throw more combinations. Back Demetrius Andrade up. He's the boxer. You're the boxer puncher, meaning you're going to be more aggressive and come forward with your style in the orthodox stance. Because Vanis is an orthodox fighter. Southpaws are usually very slick, try to be very cute, unless you're a Manny Pacquiao type or Edwin, El Inca Valero, one of my favorite boxers of all time. But anyway, rest his soul. Andrade, Great technical ability. I didn't think he was going to do this guy. I said to this one guy who asked me before the fight, he said, what do you think is going to happen, man? What do you think is going to happen? You going to watch this fight? I'm like, of course. I watch all the boxing fights. I'm a boxing, aficionado. I'm a boxing fanatic, okay? I box myself, in the amateur. So, of course, I'm going to look at styles and take what I can, break apart each style of each boxer. Demetrius Andrade started doing a lot of shoulder shaking, he started trying to do a little dance in the ring, pissing Vanes off. Vanes was landing really good straight right hands. At times, he was landing his jab pretty well. Landing some pretty good body punches, but not enough. He was landing the straight right hand to the body a lot, and the left hook was landing. He was trying to land that left hook on Andrade's chin, and he got it a couple times, but it wasn't clean. It was more of a grazing blow. And the smarter man, the more intelligent man tonight was Andrade. Andrade was throwing straight left hands down the pipe, hurting Vanes to the chin, just finding the location, throwing the right hook that was catching Vanes as well while he was turning. A thing that they teach you in the Olympics, and especially at the Golden Gloves level in the amateurs, they teach you to pivot. When you are not in position to throw a good punch, pivot, turn your opponent, meaning get them to turn with you, and then you get them off balance with either a right hook if you're in the southpaw stance or a left hook if you're in the orthodox stance. And you can do a right hook that comes like this, or you can do a right hook that comes downward. It's different ways to do it if you're in the southpaw stance. Demetrius Andrade does a lot of deflecting with punches. Like, he'll throw a jab or a straight left hand out there, not with much power because he opens up his hand, but I think it's more for location. A lot of people, like Max and them was saying, oh, sometimes he doesn't punch with full potential, but maybe he's trying to set something up. Always think like the boxer. Don't think how you would think. Think how a boxer would think. Think of his craft. Maybe that's how he was taught in the gym since he was a little boy, because he's been boxing since he was a little boy. Same thing with Vanes Martirosyan. It's very, had I think 200 or 300 amateur fights, something like that, 100 amateur fights. So these two knew how to fight. Great style matchup, a lot of poetry type of action in the ring, back and forth, different angles, straight left hand down the pipe, straight right hand by Vanes. So just great action. But at the end of the day, in the 11th, 12th round, I believe Andrade really pulled it out, like really pulled out in a very hard-fought fight. Even though he made it look easy at times, he really, had a hard fight, meaning like he had to really, he didn't even get on his bike. He was more flat-footed. That's what I'm saying. Like, he showed different dimensions in this fight. Even in the 12th round, he's trying to knock Vanes out, which was impressive. And you just got to give him his credit. Very slick, used a lot of head movement, a lot of shoulder, side to side. I even saw him trying to do a little shoulder roll, moving his shoulders when Vanes was throwing combinations. So, hey, give the man credit. He's a great boxer so far. We'll see what he does when he's on pound for pound elite level at 154, like Canelo, or Saul. Miguel Angel Cotto, 154, Austin Trout, Lara. That's what I want to see. Pure boxing heads like me, they want to see Lara versus Andrade. Cape Verdean versus Cuban. You can't miss that. That's gonna be a great battle. Two warriors, great battle. But you guys tell me what you think in the comment section below. Who should Demetrius Andrade fight next? He's coming on the scene now. If you guys didn't see the fight, go check it out. It was a lot of action. You can learn a thing or two about being slick, if you're a tall southpaw. It was just, great night of boxing, man. And my next video will be about Nonito, the Filipino Flash Donaire, who had a great knockout win against Victor Archinian in the rematch. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. I'll get back to you with more boxing analysis videos and news. Peace.